Hi, everybody. This is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto, Carnivore, Carnivish, all kinds of food plans out there. And a lot of us don't like that thing written on our forehead that describes everything about us as, from what we eat, right? Do you want to be known as a carnivore person or do you want to be known as a carnivish person? Oh, there goes that carnivish person. No, it's just how we eat. It's not defining us as human beings. Not our political, not our gender, not our station in life, not our age. It's just a way of eating that is, right now at this point, working for us. Because I can tell you anything about all three food plans and be absolutely sure about one thing: it's ever changing. My palate has changed so many times doing the food plans that I do. And I was low carb, well, first I was Weight Watchers. I was low carb, high fat for like 18 months. Then I was keto for another 18. Then I was keto under 20. Then I was keto under 10. Then I was, what the heck, carnivore. And now here we are 6 or 7 years later. I'm sugar free. I'm grain free, but I'm kind of keto again. And so it is what's happened. There are a ton of things that I had my first roundabout with keto that I don't have anymore. Fat bombs, nuts, crazy fatty coffees. I don't have those anymore. I'm actually craving, well, not craving, but when I have coffee, I prefer black coffee. Who knew? So this is a lovely, unintended outcome for my coffee, which is good because I've always wanted to be one of those that I could just have a black cup of coffee and get on with it instead of having this added or that added and stuff like that. I thought I'd never get tired of my Keto unsweetened non-dairy creamer or my ghee or my butter, or my coconut oil, but alas, here I am with my black coffee. I gave up sweetened coffee probably a year ago, and I was putting in it erythritol and Zyla. And those days are gone past. I was putting in so much I couldn't believe it. And I really didn't taste it anymore. I mean, coffee wasn't anything but a way to get a kind of like a mocha tasting sweet into my mouth, which really defeated for me the taste of a divine organic bean coffee. I've been buying Wicked Joe's already ground coffee at Star Market and Stop and Shop, and it's organic. Wicked Joe's is out of Maine. They have all of the flavors. They have the Sumatra, they have the French, they have the, anyway, they have all of them. And so do I. And so that kind of feels good because then there's no question if my insulin or blood sugar is being spiked with just the black coffee. And so anyway, it was just unintended and I'm kind of liking it. And there you go. I'd rather have that pat of butter on my ribeye than in my coffee when all is said and done. I'm a Goldilocks. I hope you are Goldilockses too. Helps a lot. So in the last few weeks, I've begun to add back in vegetable family members that I gave up before and I never thought I'd go near before. Now we are talking just minimum amounts. Like with the organic raspberries, it was 18 grams the last time I had 4 of them, and I literally put all 4 onto my kitchen scale and see what they weigh. I'm having avocado now, and that too goes on the kitchen scale, 30 30 grams of that. I'm having cottage cheese. I even had a sweet potato. And you know what? It felt good. Is it a daily thing? No. But it added into my little meal, and I had less than an ounce of green beans. They were organic Pero green beans, and what I do is I steam a batch and then freeze them, and then I can almost pluck the beans. I do it for Greg, so this was the first time I had the sweet potato and the green beans to see if they'd stay in and I didn't have any bathroom issues. And I didn't. And I feel much better. My calorie count is low. I am using my chronometer, and it's just kind of like upside down now. Instead of eating until full, which I was doing with beef, like a pound and a half of just hunks of beef, it was slowly sickening me. I wasn't feeling good. It just felt like too much of the same thing. My body was saying, hey, hey, what about trying an asparagus again? I'm not looking for an overload of oxalates by any means. I'm just looking for a little variety on the plate. I missed the colors, to be honest with you. And my head started going back to what's wrong with 3 asparagus? What's wrong with the smallest sweet potato you could find in the organic bin? It weighed 4 ounces and I did not have the skin. What's wrong with having an ounce of green beans? It worked. My head was happy, and it stayed in my stomach with no distress. So the avocado, that square plate that I use, the glass one with the cottage cheese and the little cheese samples, and this week it will be with a hamburger patty from the Brazilian butchery that I cook on the Weber grill all by myself. That'll be the centerpiece, like 4 or 5 ounces of burger, surrounded by the cottage cheese and the avocado, some bacon, a few little asparagus, and some little cheeses. I got Jarlsberg, Cabot, Sirius cheddar, and the Volpe rotini with the prosciutto and the mozzarella. I got a package of those to go along with my Havarti and my Gouda. Oh, the fun I'm having here. And so my stomach is accepting all these things. So if I look at my carnivore almost a year, like 8 to 10 months, I'm not sure how long, I can look at it and say, this is what came out of it. Because I was surprised. It was more like an elimination diet and what fits. And so I'm happy with what fits. I'm happy with something on the plate. I'm happy with, the carbs in the sweet potato, I think were less than 30. I think it was 30 total with the green beans. And so total carbs, not net. And so that was that. It didn't cause distress. It caused me joy, actually, to look at the plate. We had sea bass that Greg caught and scallops that were so much profound, I couldn't believe it. It was like eating at Ruth Chris or something. But it was worth it. And, fish is much lighter than beef. Today is the ribeye. And I will have 3 asparagus spears with that. And so, I don't know. My stomach is telling me that, I worked on the elimination. I wasn't trying to, but now it's telling me what I can add back in. Initially, when I started this next transition of strict carnivore to carnivish, I had some baby butter lettuce. It didn't like me. And so I won't be doing that again. And I heard Rob Stewart said, whoa, to lettuce, something like that. So he must have had an experience with it as well. Some people can go right to broccoli and things like that. That was always strong for me anyway. So right now we're just at the asparagus, green beans, sweet potato stage and the organic raspberries. So that's what I'm doing, and it just pleases me to look down and see color. I have to admit I did miss the color on my plate. And I served Greg this just myriad of like a feeding of all different colors of things. And I never like really looked over. I did look over his plate, like when I made him leftover ribeye with like a yellow pepper, and it's like, well, that's so pretty. I haven't had it yet. I'm not having seed oils, and I'm not having sugar, and I'm not having grains, which I think are the three. No processed foods, no seed oils like canola, vegetable, things like that, and no white sugar. I'm not having the sugary, gooey items that you could get in trouble with keto as well. I gave up the wheat, then I gave up all grains, and it still continues to work for me. So I'm not trampling over those three things, and I think those three things are the most important things in our life. I also don't buy products that have carrageenan in them. So I'm not overusing items that have a lot of oxalates in them. I won't go back to spinach. I gave that up a long, long time ago, and then I stopped cooking it for Greg. So the beat goes on with the tweaking and the change-ups and the making my plate look pretty. As some of you have seen that little square plate, it really looks pretty. And I guess that's part of it too. I like having that patty, a food patty in my mouth when I have those things. And henceforth, the calories have gone down. And I like that too. I guess, when all is said and done, for somebody that's almost 70 to lose some of the poundage from the carnivore gain, it is calories in, calories out. And, I didn't want to think that. I wanted to think I was like the 30-year-old women that I see doing carnivore and eating pounds of meat and losing weight and being happy. It wasn't really working out that way for me. So I'm very happy with my tweaks and changes and add-ins and eliminating. And it's what works for me. Black coffee too. That's like, are you kidding me? It's amazing to me. So the beat goes on. I'm happy. It's different. You never know. I'm also using my chronometer again and my kitchen scale a lot more because it makes me more accountable to me. And the only way I was going to lose those few pounds I put on doing carnivore was not to wait it out. I finally got all set with the tiny young one. It's just like, have patience. Your body needs the nutrients. And it's like, right, pound sand, I'm gaining weight and I don't like it. So back to the keto lifestyle and keeping the carbs extra low, except for that rare and appropriate like sweet potato. And I'm happy. And that's how I'm going to keep doing it. I'm 70. Nobody's going to tell me what to eat. I'm happy for all the ways that I've learned this about myself. I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade the discomfort. I wouldn't trade the gastrointestinal distress. But hopefully I have found a way to make this work for me and lose that weight that I gained with carnivore and just be happy and feel that lightness and leanness again. I was truly missing that. So thank you for being here. I hope this satisfied your time on the rebounder and satisfied your time with your cuppa like me. And I will see you the next time. My name is Sarah, and this is Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Carnivore, Carnivish, and Keto. And I will see you the next time. I'm also an accountability coach, so you can email me for more details on that. Thanks for watching so much. I'll see you the next time. Bye-bye for now.